Welcome to Tush Twins on MalcolmPresents.com. Heard Malcolm is a new internet streaming platform. Heard on a variety. Oh, what did I see?
The party was nice, the party went pumping.
We got the opening.
And everybody having a ball. Until the fellas started calling.
If we use too much of it, they will get upset.
Who's gonna get upset?
Who on YouTube? They might get upset.
No, I don't think so. That's what we want to get. Okay, that's
So
enough.
now you know the theme of our show.
Yeah.
Who let
By the way,
dogs out?
before we go on, let me get to the beginning. MalcolmPresents.com
Okay.
is
Who
a
wants to
streaming
let you do
internet
that?
platform. I got to promote it. We got to start making money, get sponsors. If you're
Oh,
interested
millions
in
of dollars.
sponsoring us,
We're waiting for this one
give
to
me a
get her
buzz at
license for pot.
MalcolmPresents@gmail.com, and you can sponsor all these lovely women.
That's right.
Oh, the two lovely women.
The two lovely women. Wait, come here, Sparkles.
One handsome young man.
Come here. Hey, Zippy, come here.
Oh, and
Talking-
now we're introducing the co-stars of our show today.
Co-star, I know she wants to go down because her daddy just got home. And
Sparkles, where are you?
Sparkles, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
No, there
Come
she
here. Let me
is.
see if I can get her. There she
Yeah.
is. This is my pup,
Oh,
my incredible dog. Oh, will she give me kisses? Can you give me kisses? She gives me kisses. So
mine is camera shy.
she's a diva. You can go
Yeah.
downstairs. You did your thing. Now you may go. Go. She wanted to go out. She wasn't like, I'm out of here.
Or
So
there-
anyway,
has to
yeah.
go.
She's got to go downstairs. She has her spots. She's
Mm.
she's very particular during the day.
And let's say she just celebrated her second birthday,
Right. She turned
Yes.
2 on July 4th.
July
And-
4th.
Oh.
And
She-
what type of puppy is she?
She's a standard poodle girl. She is a diva. And I never had a girl dog. The redhead has had many girl dogs. I've had mostly guy dogs.
Right?
And they're
Well,
like,
Yes,
they're
you
like,
did.
they're like mushes, but tell me about your pets there. I mean, I didn't do the intro that we're the Tush twins, and we talk about Lucy and Ethel and Laverne and Shirley, but we're really is pretty much close to that. And
well, you're zany because those guys were actresses. They were pretending.
right. We're actresses. Oh,
Yeah,
there's your
when-
dog. Your camera shy, you camera shy dogs,
Yes, that's my baby holding her baby doll.
right? Okay.
And
That's
yes, and
Who
I
is that?
have, that's Elsa 2.0.
2.0,
But-
right?
I have the best paper shredder. You have a paper shredder, Max? Malcolm, do
Usually,
you own a paper
usually the
shredder?
one that I put the
I
papers
I
in.
used to.
This is the shredded paper,
Oh,
What?
and this
Who's
is
the
the paper shredder.
There you go. She's the paper shredder. We don't need a paper shredder when you have Elsa 2.0. That's for sure.
She is a monster.
well, but before we go on, on this topic, I have to admit, I like dogs, but I'm not in love with dogs. In fact, I think most of the people who have dogs are a bit crazy, the way they fawn over them and pretend that they're their babies.
They are. We
Yes,
don't
they
there's
are.
I
no-
know.
No
There's no-
pretending.
the pretending that there is definitely not pretending.
Yeah.
No pretending.
That is doggy love from an emotional perspective.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
can't
there's no
see.
pretense in that. There's no pretense in that.
I
at
don't know.
all.
Did you guys have puppies? Did you grow up with dogs?
Maxine did.
I grew up with multiple dogs.
Well,
I
aside from
had-
your
Maxine
brothers, who else?
started.
Aside from Phil and Mitch, what other dogs did you have?
They were my dogs.
No, they were my dogs.
Shut
dog.
up. Shut up. You shut
My
up.
dogs.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut
No,
up.
she shut up.
Oh, damn. Yeah, well, my dog. You want to talk about some of my dogs?
Yes, I loved your dogs. I love them all. Remember Skokie was a little kid, very young.
Skokie from Pinocchio?
Skokie was a spaniel, a cocker
Mhm.
spaniel.
Daniel,
And then we had a beagle, which the name is eluding me. I was really little, but all I remember is that
I
the dog
remember
he
him.
ran out he ran out onto Ocean Parkway.
In
back then,
Parkway.
and didn't make it to the other side. And all I remember is everyone crying, and they buried the dog on the bridle path,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow the fleas jumped off of him onto everyone else. And I remember we had fleas in my house for weeks. We had like stations with like either jars or glasses with water, and we'd be picking them up like a monkey, dip, 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 and putting them because they would drown in the water. This went on for like a month. That's all I remember. And my parents go, no, to Phil and Mitch, no more dogs, no more dogs. You're not
Until-
getting any dogs anymore. And that's it. Until me, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and their good friends, the Stones, their dog, Lady, had
Mm-hmm.
a litter, and I begged them for a pup. And you know, when you go, I want, I never really did that, but I got
Close.
them. I was pretty close with this. I said, I'll take care of it. I'll do. If you don't take care of it, the dog is gone. If you don't feed and walk the dog every day. And so I got my
You did.
Sparky 1.0.
What type
My
of dog
beautiful
was it?
Sparky.
It was a mixture.
Of what? You
A
know?
57 Heinzie. I'd say
He
kind
had
of a
some
shepherd and
shepherd.
collie in him.
Mhm.
So he
Very
he-
pretty.
and smart, and very protective. He would protect my grandma when she sat out in the front. Anybody come over to her, he went, "Rrrr," you know, there was no, he was really, really smart. And I know he got into, you know, Barton's candy on in the tin cans. That's kind of even hard for humans to open the can.
Yep.
Well, this dog figured out how to open the almond kisses, you
Oh,
know,
I
and
remember.
oh yeah,
You got
he crapped them out for days. So I don't know, but Alfie was what?
Alfie.
What kind of
Alfie
dog?
was my German short-haired
Beau-
pointer.
Beautiful
I
Alfie.
got her. I was babysitting for these people that this dog was crazy. She was 5 months old and she was just nuts. She would run around the house, pulling on everything. She was just so loud. So they used to run after her with a broom and hit her over the head with a broom.
That is not a
So
good thing.
no, so they said to me, do I want the dog? And of
Uh-oh.
course I said, yes. So I go home to my mom and dad. First, my mom, could I get this dog? They're giving it because they're hurting it and I want it. And matter of fact, the dog was in the hallway waiting right outside my door. I bring her in and my mother goes, well, wait till your father gets home and you'll ask him. My dad walks in, Mommy said I could get a dog here, meet Alfie.
Yeah, it's the old mom said yes, dad said yes, and there's Alfie. Alfie was incredible. She loved going to the
Alfie
beach
was
too.
my
We
dad's
take-
dog. They were
Yeah.
in love.
Yeah, they were. It
It
was
was my dad. She's 5 months old. My father trained her. She was the smartest dog I've ever known, had, or
Did
any.
you train her
My
to,
father.
did he train her to get the paper, fetch the paper in his pipe?
No, he would when we go to the bagel store, she'd carry the bagels home. She loved to carry things in her mouth. She was like, they would give her her own bagel so she could carry a smaller package when I go shopping. She was so cute.
He must have been part retriever.
She was a German
Yeah.
short-haired picture,
German
German
short-
short,
Well, she
German
also-
short-haired retriever, short-haired pointer,
She's
which was a pointer.
Right.
And they would point to the animal. So every time she see a bird or something, she would
She'd
just
go-
stand there and go point. And it was a cute.
So Alfie,
She
I
was-
loved Alfie. I loved Alfie.
She was a
Absolutely.
great dog. And unfortunately, when my dad died, she wouldn't listen to us. She wouldn't understand our commands till we figured it out. My father smoked a pipe. And every time he gave a command, he always had a pipe in his mouth. So for the first 3 months after my dad died, we used to give commands like this: Alfie, come. Alfie, shit. And she listened. She understood that.
She also was able to figure out how to open a refrigerator.
Yes, she did.
No joke. This dog was able to open the
Cabinets.
fridge. I don't know what she did, how she did it, how strong she got. She knew what was in there, and she was like,
Okay.
that dog was crazy. It was
How
incredible.
did you happen to name her Alfie?
That was a name they gave her. So my father renamed her Alvina von Noack,
Oh, God. Well,
but
that's
we
like
called her Alfie.
What
That was
was
her papers. Because my father would go to her, he taught her a lot of tricks. He goes, bang, lose the war. German short hair pointer. And she turned over like this.
bang, lose the war.
She-
So that
I
would be
remember
Dodge.
that. I remember that. I remember that.
Now, did you sing to her? What's it all about, Alfie?
Yeah.
Yes, that was her theme
Absolutely.
song.
That was
That
the
was
s-
her theme song. We always
Absolutely.
sang that to her. But she was the sweetest dog. Oh my God, she was
Really
just a
good
good
dog.
dog. But we'd have, when I was first married to my first husband, I had a gate, a special high board that was almost up to my nose. And thinking, she can't get over this. We come home and all of a sudden, there's crap in the other room. How she got over there? She jumped up, crapped in there, came back over and goes,
Jump back.
that wasn't me. Someone else did that.
Well, maybe she thought that was the bathroom.
You know,
No,
could be.
no, she was just pissed off. Once we got rid of that board, she had the run of the house. She was fine till she started emptying out the refrigerator. So we had to, lock the refrigerator because she was
They
having
did.
picnics every day.
I've never seen a dog. They had to lock the refrigerator. It
Was that Alfie?
And cabinets.
That wasn't Alfie, right?
Yeah, it was
That was
Alfie, yeah.
Alfie.
Yeah,
That was
Alfie.
Alfie. So what I did was one day I was defrosting a steak. I put it on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen, go out, do some shopping. I come back and there's a plate all on the floor and the steak is all gone. She pulled the chair over to the refrigerator, jumped up onto the chair and jumped up and got the steak.
This is Alfie. Alfie did
Alfie
like
was a smart dog.
Alfie
was
knew
brilliant.
she knew where to get her stuff. And then
And
she
she was a good
also
dog.
she was a good dog. We took her to the beach a lot, especially in the winter.
Yes. Yes.
we
She
would- we
loved to
went-
run into the
Dogs
ocean
weren't
a
allowed
lot.
on the beach.
After
After Labor Day,
after
after
Labor
when there
Day
was
weekend.
yeah, it wasn't during the height of the season, but it was in the fall. And they would let
Yeah,
them.
they're
I don't think they
allowed.
I don't know if they allow now. Do
They didn't allow them, but they didn't care at that
They
point.
didn't kick
just
us out or anything because I brought Sparky to the beach
Sparky there.
also.
Yeah.
I would take him there and he would run, but it would be, late fall and in the winter, and
Yeah.
they weren't.
But I have a very funny story. Dennis had two dogs, a Yorkie, tiny little Yorkie, and named Jimmy. And then he had a
Yorkie named
Doberman.
Jimmy.
Yes, it's a she. And then he had a Great Dane, not Great Dane,
Doberman?
Doberman Pinscher, a really big one. A male person came to deliver something to his apartment and he sees the dog going, "Ah!" He goes, "Oh, that little rat, I know that rat's here. Oh, this is your watchdog." And all of a sudden, Baron walks out behind Jimmy, goes, "Okay, here's your package, bye."
The dog was like, "What?" She was gonna
He just went.
Well,
that was it.
Again,
That was it.
I've never had dogs. Growing up, my mother didn't even allow parakeets. She didn't like pets.
Oh, I had parakeet.
I think one of the
So did we actually.
bad
Yeah.
images I have of dogs is I used to deliver clothes
Oh,
and for Taylor when I was in high school, and I would knock on the
that's what my
door.
husband did.
I would knock on the door and the woman would say, or generally it was like in the mornings or something, and the husband was home and the woman would say, "Oh, come in," and I'd come in and I wouldn't see her. She was getting dressed or something, and there would be a boxer or a bulldog or a German shepherd that would look at me and this
Right.
growl, and
Right.
and I get the voicemail of them, "Don't worry, he's friendly." Yeah, he's friendly to you. He ain't friendly to me.
Mhm.
I love dogs. They really, if you give them a
And
nice,
I didn't pet it because I go, try to see Macho go to pet in the dog.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Oh, no.
I keep my hands in my pocket.
No, I mean, you've had Alfie and you had
and
Evie.
then I had Elsa first.
Elsa
1.1,
1.0 and then
so
Evie.
1.0. then Evie, evening pride. So every time we say she's a good dog, we go, good evening.
Right. Good evening.
How
Good
old is the old, how long did the oldest dog that you have live? How many years did you
18.
have him?
Sparky lived till he was 18.
18. And
18,
Alfie
wow.
And
was
yeah,
15.
now
Alfie was 15.
this is a dog that went to the vet once a year for a shot, nothing else,
Mhm.
for shots. We'd feed him kennel ration. Remember kennel ration?
Yes, I do.
So we'd feed him a can of kennel ration. We'd open one side of the can, we'd open the other side.
The other
we'd
side and
push it through, and there's a blob, this blob of kennel ration. The dog, and that's how he ate. He would eat, he would love only to eat the blob of thing. He would pick at it. And he would, that's what he would do. And we made him pull sleds. But then I also
Mhm.
had so I had
Oh, my-
Sparky all growing up until I was in my early 20s.
Yes, you had him when
but-
you got married.
Right. But I used to have Mitch took care of him sometime too up in upstate.
Mhm.
But I also had a rabbit named Pokey growing up.
Yeah, I remember Pokey.
The Pokey was bigger than me. That's how big this rabbit was. And then he got so
And my-
big he had to be taken back, and my uncle Malcolm took him to a farm. But it was really a farm because sometimes you say, "Oh, they took him to a farm," and it
Farm.
was more like, pshoo, And then I had 2 ducks, Pepina
My
and
babies. I love my duckies.
and they were in the backyard with Grandma
Yes.
Sylvie. That and the Pepina and Pasquale. I had 2,
Pasquale.
but we wound up giving them to the animal nursery in
Nursery.
in
Mhm.
in
Coney
Coney
Island.
Island. Right. That's
They were I just loved going and play with
When my
them.
kids were growing up, we used to get them, well, we had cats.
Hmm.
That lived to be about, I think about 15, 16 years old, who since passed away, and they're buried in our backyard. But
Aw.
when they were much younger, we had rabbit, and our rabbit always used to, for somehow, jump the fence and go to the rabbit next door.
there's a
Uh-oh.
rabbit next
to
door.
make
That's
little
even more
rabbits.
hysterical.
So how many grandchildren do you have?
I
Rabbit
I don't
children?
know, because we gave the rabbit, we feel if he wanted to go over to our neighbor, we gave the rabbit to the neighbor. So maybe
Oh.
they could raise rabbits. Then we had hamsters.
We didn't. I don't remember if I had a hamster. Or
I had my brother had
We had a guinea
hamsters.
pig.
We had
You had
hamsters.
guinea pigs. You had a guinea pig.
I had a guinea pig.
And
I
then,
don't-
and then we
very
had
short lived
and then
though.
we had,
I don't know.
Yeah.
then we had lovebirds.
Oh,
Aw.
I'm not sure why they call lovebirds, because the female killed both her mates.
Oh my God.
And
Sounds like
and
the
I think
Supreme
that
Court.
was, I think that was sort of normal.
wow, that doesn't sound very good to me.
It doesn't sound too many
I'm not
loving,
liking
and,
that.
And I guess
Well-
that's why there's a 50% chance of you getting married and getting divorced before your wife kills you.
That's right. I guess. I don't know.
But
I don't know,
between that
Paul. What do
and-
you think?
between that and the black widow spider.
Black. Yeah. Well, we
Hmm.
also had Mitch.
I
My
had
brother Mitch had a lot of fish.
Fish. Yes,
And
he did.
he brought home lizards from Boy Scout camp. My mother freaked out. That wasn't gonna go.
But tropical,
I love I had lizards.
I like tropical fish, but they are so difficult to take care of. I mean,
Oh,
you have to clean that
Mitch
tank
was a
about twice a
pro.
week.
No, Mitch was a pro. He had like a
Yeah, he-
100-gallon tank. I mean,
Tank.
his fish were incredible. And
Yeah, they were.
They're
And-
beautiful because we had them, but to clean the tank was like a full-time job. You almost needed a full-time person to take care of it.
no, he did it. He was very meticulous with his.
Well,
fish
maybe
tank.
these are California, Los Angeles fish, so they're
No, this was in New
they're
York.
different
and
species. New
LA, both. They're both places he had them. During the Northridge earthquake.
Earthquake. Oh my God, that was horrible.
The tank tipped.
Mhm.
Wow.
And he was able to save a couple of fish, but some fish did not make it, and he had to redo it, and he had to get a new tank because the glass broke. It was really bad.
well in New York, I used to have pet cockroaches.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah, we did. I had a number of them. I used to call them PD1, PD2, PD3.
And you recognize them, right?
And then I would call them repeaty one because it's like, so, I mean, all you had were.
And
you know,
Maxine, what were the names of my lizards? I had two lizards,
well,
a
one
iguana and a
was
South American,
kosher.
and the other
What,
was
kosher?
Irving.
Irving.
Irving was the
Irving.
iguana,
Irving
kosher
was
and
the
Irving.
kosher and Irving. We had Irving's Kosher Deli. So,
Yes, I think that's where my
I
father got
think
it from.
I don't know where else. How would you name your lizards?
Because my
Irving and
father was
kosher?
crazy. My father was very insane. He was out there with names.
He was
He
fun.
named all our cars.
So yeah,
You
I
name your
remember.
cars?
He
Oh,
named all
yeah.
our cars. To this
Right.
day, I name all my cars.
Me too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because of my
When we
dad.
had Rufus T. Galaxy
T.
got lost in the
Galaxy.
World's Fair. We called it Rufus T. We were screaming
Galaxy.
Rufus, and somebody thought we
Rufus,
were
where are you?
they thought it was
They
a
think we're looking
kid.
for a kid.
Right,
We were looking for my mom's car. She
right.
forgot where
We've
we all
said this.
forgot where we
Oh.
parked it.
At the World's Fair. You don't do that.
At Shea Stadium.
Oh my God, it was
Hmm.
one of the stories that is burned on our heads forever because that was quite an ordeal.
But that
It
was fun.
But screaming for Rufus J. Galaxy, they thought it was somebody like a person, but
Rufus, where are you? No, I love my animals. I had Elsa 1.0. She was a wonderful puppy. They didn't think she'd live past 6, and she passed it 12 and a half years old. She made it a long time.
yeah,
It took a while, we kept her alive, but she was a wonderful dog. And then Evie, Evening Pride, she was one of the healthiest and most funniest dogs. She was just totally adorable. When we moved up to the country in 2010, she refused to walk on grass. She'd only pee on the manhole covers in the street.
Oh no, when I would walk her or take care of her, it had to be in a traffic jam on 3rd
Mhm.
Avenue. That's where this dog would go. If
Yeah.
it wasn't, there was a street with traffic, a street. I mean,
And
I
she'd
would
poop in the
I would
middle
like
of
how
3rd
would she do-
Avenue.
Right, she'd go in the middle
Just
of the
stop.
street. It was kind of scary many times. I mean, I don't know. I had I know you took care of my poodles, and they were like
They were my protectors.
right, because when you walk at 4 in the morning, you're so weird. The
Oh, I
dogs
used to
would
walk on my dogs. I
growl.
knew
No
all the
one would
hookers.
bother them. Right.
I knew all the hookers and the pimps on Lexington Avenue, and they would
And so
would-
did my dogs.
such a dog. So I walked your dog and my dog at the same time because they loved each other. Evie
Yeah. Well, I
and
had at the house, I'd walk her, but she had a pee. She had no, but she would more likely go on the drive or in the street.
yeah, but she would not go in the grass.
Whereas Sparky would go.
I had to
like
find every
grass.
patch of grass in Manhattan
Well,
when he stayed with me.
back then, did you pick up after your dogs when they
I
defecated?
always did.
Yes, I
I
always
did.
picked up.
'Cause I
I
don't think
always
it was a
picked-
law at that time. Or was it always?
Mm, I don't
mean,
know, but
wasn't
it-
when we probably when we had Alfie and Sparky one. I don't think
we
there was a
didn't.
law.
We
but-
didn't pick.
but
We walked on the
I-
bridle path
Yeah, it's kind
where
of
Right,
the
yeah,
horses
there.
went.
There was
Right.
plenty other thing with the horses.
Exactly.
Yeah, where the horses
So-
went. So we
Well,
didn't pick up that.
when I was living in Manhattan before I moved out to Los Angeles, I was living on 90th Street in Central Park West. And that
Mhm.
was a street that the Claremont Stables
Oh, I
was
know exactly.
89th. But that was the way the horses would come into the park. That was the entrance to the bridle path.
Yeah.
So when I would cross the street there, I had to watch out for horse poop.
Horse poopy.
And especially it was dangerous when you walk there in the wintertime after a snowstorm.
Well,
Oh,
now-
because underneath
now-
it.
You had to be careful where you stepped.
Well, now
Ooh.
there's the Mercedes-Benz complex on like 52nd or something, and
Mhm.
on 11th, and
Right.
within that or on that same block is now the mounted police, and the horses
Yes.
are there. And when you walk by, you know it.
Oh, God.
And you in the hot
We
summer
We
days,
just
we walk.
snipped it up.
I'm telling you, you walk by that in a day like today. Good luck to you.
Hmm.
I
Well,
mean,
Oh,
I
you should
don't
walk
know.
by the horse places by me. A
Right.
lot of ranches and stuff. You
Well, that's
smell
the
it too.
I don't understand when they do the cowboy movies. You never see a horse, just stop and going.
No,
No,
sometimes.
because
Wait,
yeah.
Blazing Saddles.
that's,
Well,
yeah,
aside from Blazing Saddles. But you never see a cowboy
I don't know.
stepping in it with his boots.
Rusty Redhead, you watch
Yeah.
them a lot. Is that true?
I have never seen, he's right, 100%. You never see them
Never see
step
him
in horse
go.
poop and
Oh,
no, they would, people behind them would clean up before they would come out the doors and the places. And I watch Westerns every day. I've
Yeah,
not seen that.
can imagine, with the fights that they have, right?
right.
And they're
Are
rolling.
they
on
be,
the floor.
Well, I
mm,
have,
that's
by the
I
stable.
cannot,
yucky.
I cannot mention my other dog. I had other dogs. This is over a span since I'm like 8 years old, and I had a beautiful Irish setter who,
Oh,
Spanky,
Spanky.
when you watched him and he wound up in your bed, and what happened with Dennis?
Oh, yeah. One night Dennis wakes up and he's about to kiss me. And he's going, "Oh, darling, I love you." And he turns around, opens his eyes, and it's Spanky looking straight at him.
Because
with the
Spanky
red-
had his long red ears.
Yeah.
It was like long red hair. He
This
thought
was
it
this
was right. And then
Could
Spunky
you-
and Sparky were also very Sparky 2.0 were really smart to the point where they
Yes,
would
they
catch
were.
anything thrown, but they would put their toys in geometric patterns. They would
Mm.
make square, circle, triangle, and that's, okay. So one time Mitch calls me from LA because he's watching some show about dogs, Genius Dogs. And the Genius Dogs put their toys in geometric patterns. So he goes, Sparky, he goes Spunky and Sparky 2.0, they're geniuses.
Not mine.
It was the funniest thing.
Mine, I think, is you can't say the R word, but she's mentally challenged.
The new one?
Yes, you throw a
Okay.
toy at her, she'll catch it once. You throw it again, she'll hit her in the head and go, "Why'd you do that?"
Right.
It's like, or I gave her a puzzle to get food out of it, and
Uh-huh.
she's looking at it and she's biting at it, throwing it up in the air. Why won't this food come out? No, you just push the thing and the food pops out.
Right.
She's
Oh no.
she's not. She's
challenged,
mentally
huh?
challenged.
She's
She's
challenged.
totally mentally
Well,
challenged.
no, Sparkles. She's very smart. She can catch everything, and she catches it.
By the way, that made me think of a music question, which I don't know if you heard the thing about Beyonce, who she redid one of her songs, the lyrics.
I heard
No.
that, but I didn't. I heard she redid the lyrics, but I didn't read it, so I don't
And
know.
the lyric and the word that was not used was spaz, which supposedly those who are handicapped.
Right. You
Yeah.
can't use that. It's
a vulgar word.
derogatory.
But I was listening to I think it was Fox and one of the other stations, which I know you guys don't listen to.
Fox.
But
Yeah.
they said, but you
Fox?
listen to her album, and she says every vulgarity and curse word that there is in the English language.
Is in
And
the
that she
album.
didn't drop out of her lyrics, but spaz she dropped out.
Well,
Anyway,
it's I guess it offended more people because it hits persons with disability. Curse words. Who gives up?
but
Well.
those other words don't offend people.
Boink.
I don't know.
Boink.
But
eh,
anyway,
boink.
what now that you guys live, I have a lot of land, and I think you live in like a farm area. Are there any unusual animals that you have adopted? I mean, pigs or goats or
No, it's goat. It's probably
Just
goat
my husband.
yoga. Is there goat yoga
Just
near you
yes,
anywhere?
yeah, there's goat yoga right here in Crystal Springs. Yes,
There
it
you
is
go.
so stupid.
Do you go? You don't want
I
to go
don't
walking
want. I
on your
don't
back?
want to have a no. No.
Hey, nanny,
no.
nanny. Hey, nanny,
Hey,
nanny.
nanny, boo, 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 boo. No, they're dirty, disgusting, and I don't want ghosts that walk in their own poop, stepping on me.
Well, they're
No,
bringing goats
thank
now
you.
they're bringing goats now to eat up the in the forests.
Well, they're very environmentally
Yeah,
helpful
they eat
right
everything.
now.
There- a lot of
Anyway,
goat farms here.
guys, our time is up.
I didn't even get to why we call these the dog days of summer.
Well, we'll do
Based
that
on
next.
a dog star. I have a whole, because I wanted to also talk about dog safety. So next time,
Next
let's
week,
talk
but I
about
just
it,
wanna
dog
mention
safety and
that you guys are going to your
Part two.
alumni this weekend.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
gonna
we
talk
are,
about,
high school reunion. That's what we're gonna talk about next week.
well, we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about the rest of the dogs because I want people to know
Yes.
they have to be careful with their pets. We
Oh, it's
never,
bad in the heat now.
especially in the heat,
Yes, in the
not to
heat.
lock.
And
can't
don't
keep
leave them in
a-
the car,
Do not, you can get a ticket,
Yeah.
but that's besides the point. Your dog can die.
where you
And,
go,
the-
good day.
and they
You
can
don't leave your
actually
dog.
they can break your window. The police are, in my area, they're allowed to break the window.
Everywhere.
dogs in the
Anyway,
car,
getting back,
everywhere.
you guys are going to,
Our high school
Cyclones
reunion on
play,
Saturday.
Coney Island.
Yep,
right?
and at the Cyclones ballpark, which is the
Cyclones.
Mets,
Farm
minor
team.
league
It's farm
team.
team.
Yeah, and so it should be interesting. We'll let you
Yes,
know.
it should be.
And
I'm
see
looking
all
forward to it.
And see all those
Are
people
you?
for
Wow,
50,
wow,
for
wow.
50 years.
Some people I have not seen for 50 years.
Yeah, I would
Others I
say
have,
most
others
of-
I have seen, but I would say a good part of them, no.
Maxine, I saw you. Oh, wait, I'm looking at you now.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
my
I
God.
I
Yeah,
see you.
I see you.
I see all the little kids. I see you, little, no.
Anyway,
Bumper,
Max,
stomper, bumper, boo.
Right, romper room.
Max,
Okay.
sign off.
Well, I'm signing off. So this has been
Shalom.
this has been the Tush twins. Watch your tush out there these days. Got to be careful.
You can't say watch your
That's
ass.
very hot.
No, I don't know. It's YouTube. Will they
Oh,
get mad?
okay.
I have no idea. But anyway, so catch us on malcolmpresents.com and check us out on Facebook. We have to do like a Tush Twins social media. We gotta get some pages going.
We
So-
Well,
remember,
what we have to do is we're gonna be doing some interviews also. My friend's gonna use my phone and camera. We're gonna do some nice interviews next
good.
week.
I don't know
This
how we're gonna
Saturday.
drop them in, but we'll figure it out.
we'll
We'll
find
figure-
out. And anyway, just a sad note, as you all guys know, Vince Scully passed away.
Scully
Yeah.
died, yes, I
94
heard.
years old. He was also, he did Brooklyn games,
Right,
Yep.
and the
but
Dodgers.
more or less Los Angeles Dodgers, but he was,
Mhm.
as far, I never met him, but I listened to him, since I was a kid.
Yeah,
Great
Mitch and
commentator and
Phil
supposedly a better
loved him.
person.
yeah,
People that knew him personally loved him.
yeah.
Not
Well,
as I say, not a bad word would say. So Vince
Yep,
Scully,
yep.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Vin.
peace.
And you guys
We,
have a great weekend. I'm sure they'll do some sort of ceremony or
knows?
benediction over at
it's Seinfeld Day at the
Okay.
stadium. Who knows what they're gonna do?
We're gonna do close talking.
It could be
I'm
the
gonna
it could be the summer.
talk.
It could be the summer of George on there. Who
It-
knows? I mean, I don't know.
Larry David is gonna make an appearance.
The summer of George.
Not your mouth.
He
And
would-
when Larry,
You
and when
wouldn't.
Larry makes his appearance, put him on tape so we can
There's
have.
only
him
the
on
only
tape.
appearance any of them are gonna make are probably on the big board in the back, the
Mhm.
Anyway,
the
guys,
screen.
have fun.
Thank
Okay,
you.
See you
live
next
long
week.
and prosper.
Live long
Bye.
and prosper.
Chowdy.
Maney.
Bye.